This is the fastest swimmer in the world, Mollie O'Callaghan. This is the world record race in the 200 freestyle. She also won the 100 freestyle at the World Championships, 19-year-old from Australia. We're doing a full analysis of her technique so that you can learn what the best swimmers in the world are doing, where they can improve, and what you can learn from it as well. So let's go ahead and get right into this analysis. She was not winning the race from the very beginning. Look at the underwaters that she is working. Wow. So obviously you have to have a really good streamline if you're trying to be fast, but look how cruise that stroke is, so smooth. Remember, the water is 800 times more dense than air. She's not in the lead, but she makes a big push on the second half of this race. She basically negative split it, and you can see how she's just cruising through the water, taking her time. Not a very strong kick. The kick is a 6-speed kick. It's just enough to keep the balance. There she is underwater with those tremendous underwaters. Relatively slow tempo. Now I want to pause and start to look at some of the things that she's doing on the stroke. The first thing we're going to look at is the body line. So if you take a look at, well, let me clear that for a second. This is who we're looking at, Mollie O'Callaghan. This is her 200 freestyle race. Now let's pay attention to where her hand is. I'm actually going to change the color on you. So look at her arm. Fingertips are extended. They're pointing in the direction that she's trying to go. And it's so important when you're trying to swim fast to have a proper hand entry. So many people screw this up and they're like slapping their hand on the water. I'm not going to name names, but a swimmer right over here has a relatively poor hand entry on one of the sides. So when we're watching, keep an eye on that. But what we want to do is we want to focus on entering the water with our fingertips about half a meter in front of the shoulder and then driving that extension. So I'm actually going to play this in slow motion. Let's put this at a 0.25 speed. Now we're going to play it. Keep an eye on that hand entry. Hand entry, fingertips enter, and then we initiate the early vertical forearm. That's the EVF, and you can see that right there. That's the early vertical forearm. Look at that high elbow catch. Both hands really, it's like almost it's like a 90-degree angle, and that's how we're pulling the water. You can see the arm is in this position, and then the water is being pulled that way. There she is right there. You can see that. I'm going to go ahead and put it in real speed now, and you can see what that catch looks like. It's all about that early vertical forearm. So smooth. I mean, the way you swim a 200 freestyle correctly is to really build that first 50. I mean, look at these underwaters. Both of these swimmers. Wow. Underwater is really phenomenal. Build the first 50. A little bit stronger on the second 50, and the third 50 is where you have to make your move. Now, there's a secret that a lot of people don't know about, stroke technique here and why this is so fast. But before we get to that, I want to share a few more things that are critical to having a proper freestyle technique. Now, we already talked about body position. That was the whole race. Wow, we're just going to skip back right here. So here we are. This is the first turn, working the underwaters. Amazing. So body position is important. You can see all of these swimmers riding high. Their eyes are looking at the bottom of the pool. That's number one. If you look at the breathing, we're trying to keep one eye and one ear in the water. Breathing every 2 strokes is pretty common in the 200 freestyle. And then you want to make sure you have that early vertical forearm. If you take a look at the stroke, the elbow is popping up. All these swimmers do a phenomenal job. I mean, this is the World Championships, right? So I would expect the fastest swimmers in the world are doing this. I did mention the swimmer up here. Look at how that hand entry is the water. It's a little bit of like a bent elbow hand entry, not reaching full extension. Because once you enter the water with your fingertips first and you extend, if you don't extend, now you're not rotating all the way to your side, but you do have some rotation to get a little bit more leverage. You're trying to lengthen your body. Imagine a speedboat versus a shorter boat that's kind of fat in the water. You want to be long and narrow in the water. So the catch is really important. We look at the kick. The kick is very, very minimal. She had a good push at the end. I think she came home in a 28.1, outsplit the field, and that's what broke the world record. She also won the 100, didn't break the world record in that, but she's only 19, so we'll see what she can come up with. Now, before I want to share some of the key secrets here that you can apply to your own swimming, I want to thank today's video sponsor, Masters Spas.
What's going on, swim fans? I'm currently sitting in the Michael Phelps Signature Momentum Swim Spa. This model has an adjustable current that is great for all levels. You can focus on your technique, swim all 4 strokes, and you can do it all from the comfort of your own house. I love how easy it is to adjust the speed and swim at my own pace. I can go from really slow all the way up to sub 1 minute per 100 meters, which is absolutely flying. Now, I've been in a few different models, and what I love about the Master Spa's Signature Momentum is how it gives you a really good workout, and it also doubles as a spa. It combines the benefits of swimming with a therapy of a hot tub. You have to give it a try, so head over to masterspas.com/MySwimPro to get $1,000 off a swim spa or $500 off a hot tub. Now, if you don't mind, I have to get back to my swim workout.
Okay, so we're back. Now, the secret to swimming fast, okay, I want to share there's 2 ways to swim fast. The first one is you reduce drag. And all of these swimmers are doing a phenomenal job of that. Body position, head position, the profile in the water is very small. All of these swimmers are not taking up a lot of space because the water is 800 times more dense than air. So that's number 1. You want to swim faster, you decrease drag. Number 2, you have to increase propulsion. And oftentimes, a lot of people just focus on this. Now, when you're at this elite level of swimming, I mentioned all the swimmers have a really good body position. I mean, look at those underwaters. Wow. All the swimmers have a great body position. They all have very little drag because their body position is really good, especially on the female side. You see it, no one's dragging their legs. There's a reason why females have a better endurance capacity compared to men, especially when you look at open water. They're able to maintain that speed better than men. Men kind of fall apart. Their legs just sink to the floor. Piano on your back, right? You don't want to have that. But when it comes to increasing propulsion, here's the secret. Let's watch the beginning of the race. Do you see how smooth she is? Look at how little effort she's applying. Even the kick. Look at the kick minimal compared to these. Look at how much work she's doing right over here. Look at all that work. She's just cruising. And you want to feel easy speed. This is the secret to swimming fast. It's how she's able to put together these phenomenal underwaters. Easy speed. Because here's the thing. If you push yourself and you go all out, you might go a little bit faster, but you have to work twice as hard. So the secret to fast swimming, thinking through, you want to decrease drag, increase propulsion, it's doing it in a way that doesn't use a lot of energy. And a lot of this is just your approach, your mindset to how you actually swim. It's not really a technical thing. I mean, we can look at the technique here all day long, and we can talk about the stroke and early vertical forearm. If you've been watching this channel, for any period of time, a lot of these key things. Now it comes down to applying it, executing, and doing it on a daily basis so that you're consistent, so that as you swim, you're able to have an early vertical forearm like this with so little effort. And the way you do that, you have to train at different distances. You have to have variation of intensity, of equipment. And if you're looking for a way to do that, you got to check out the MySwimPro app so you don't have to think about the workout that you're about to do. Now, all these pro swimmers, they all have a coach, and that's why it's so valuable, because they tell them what to do, what to focus on, where to increase your intensity. And what Mollie has done an incredible job, obviously, is being able to put it all together through training, hard work, dedication, easy speed on the first half. She almost negative split it, and that's why she is the new world record holder in this event. Let me know what questions you guys have. I appreciate you jumping on for a quick live video here. I wish you guys the very best, and happy swimming.